There's one thing in a Rancho Mission Viejo home you cannot fix later, and it isn't the kitchen. This 4-bedroom home in Esencia solved it twice. Let's go tour. The main floor is permanent. Everything else in a house is reversible. Countertops are a weekend, paint is on an afternoon, cabinet color is a phone call and a check, but the walls, the plumbing, and the stairwell get framed once, and after that you live with them, which is exactly where buyers shopping Rancho Mission Viejo run into trouble. The 4-bedroom plans put the primary upstairs, the yards back into somebody's window, and when a plan does drop a bedroom on the main floor, it comes with a hall bathroom, which makes it a guest room with a nice name. So if you want to sleep on the ground level in R&V, you either wait for the right plan to come up or you climb the stairs every night for as long as you own the home. This one doesn't ask you to choose, and I know I'm Dave Archuletta with the Archuletta team, and I've helped over 600 households buy and sell homes in Rancho Mission Viejo. In the all-ages villages here, the primary suite on the ground floor is not the standard. Add a secondary suite upstairs and you're looking at a configuration that surfaces a handful of times a year, if that. So when I tell you the floor plan is what makes this one worth your time, that's not a sales line. That's from knowing what every other 4-bedroom in R&V asks you to give up. Let's check it out. Wide plank hardwood the moment the doors open, running continuously with no transition strips and no flooring change room to room. Light comes down the hall from the back of the house, and the sightline runs clean through to the greenery outside. The hallway opens into the great room, and that's where the plan starts making sense. 1 room, 3 functions, no walls between them. Kitchen, dining, and living all read as a single space, which is why this floor plan lives larger than the square footage on paper suggests. From the couch, you can see the backyard, the island, and the dining table without turning your head twice. Quick rundown before we keep going. This is a 2-story home in the Vivaz neighborhood in the village of Esencia in Rancho Mission Viejo. Cal Atlantic Homes built this home in 2018. This is a Plan 3. The home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. The interior is 2185 square feet. The lot is 5240 square feet. The HOA is $357 a month, and the Mello-Roos is $6,164 a year. The kitchen runs this room. It faces into the great room instead of turning its back on it, so whoever is cooking is never cut out of what's happening. White cabinetry, a full island with seating, and a counter run deep enough to actually work on. White is still the most requested kitchen finish in South Orange County, and the reason is flexibility on the back end. Hardware changes, backsplash changes, countertops change, and the kitchen still works. Dark cabinetry commits you to one look and one buyer. There's also something here you'd never catch on a tour. The entire home runs on a 5-stage water softening and filtration system with a separate 4-stage reverse osmosis at the sink for drinking water. Most buyers install that in year 2 and pay for it themselves. Here it's already in and it stays with the house. Off the island is the dining space, and this is where the layout earns its keep. This is a working dining room, not a formal dining room that sits empty most of the year. It's open to the kitchen on one side and the living space on the other. When you're hosting, nobody gets stranded in a separate room. Table, island, couch, one conversation. This side of the great room is the main living area with a room for a full sectional, a coffee table, and clear walking paths on both sides. The television wall faces into the room rather than away from it, so the kitchen stays part of whatever's going on. Most 2,100 square foot plans in R&V take the same square footage and chop it into 3 separate rooms. This one spends all of it in one. Off the great room on the main floor is the room the entire plan is built around. The primary suite is on the ground floor, which in an all-ages home in Rancho Mission Viejo puts this plan in a very short list. Full private bathroom, walk-in closet, and a door that closes on its own wing of the house. Here's the distinction listings blur constantly. Most main floor bedrooms in R&V are a room paired with a hall bathroom. This is a suite, and the difference is the wall between them. That's what carries you through every phase of life in this house. One level living when that's what you want, a full second story when that's what you need. Same house, different chapter, no move. The bathroom attached to it is not a builder afterthought either. Dual sinks, a soaking tub, a separate walk-in shower. Having both the tub and the walk-in shower is the piece buyers respond to because most plans at this size make you pick one. The walk-in closet is fully built out with cabinetry, drawers, and hanging systems. What the builder hands you in a 2018 Esencia home is wire shelving screwed to a wall. That's the comparison. Just off the main hall is the powder bath. A powder bath positioned so guests never get routed through a bedroom suite to wash their hands, and a plan with a primary on the main floor. That placement isn't a nice touch, it's a requirement. The garage tells you how the sellers treated the rest of the house. Epoxy floor, custom cabinetry, overhead storage racks, and the whole home water system mounted and running. 21 solar panels on this roof, and they're owned outright, not leased. No payment transfer to you at closing, no third-party lien on the roof. That's a distinction that costs buyers real money when they find out too late. Let's head back in. Real quick, if you like what you see, I do these Rancho Mission Viejo home tours 2 to 3 times a week, so hit the subscribe button for more Rancho Mission Viejo homes. Upstairs is the second suite, and it's finished like the one downstairs. Its own full bathroom, its own built-out closet, its own end of the hall. Most homes in Rancho Mission Viejo give you one ensuite bedroom and the rest sharing a hall bath. This home has a suite on the main floor and a suite on the second floor. What that does is remove the trade-off. Whoever's upstairs isn't in the leftover bedroom, and whoever's downstairs isn't crammed into a room with a hall bathroom. The bathroom through the doors matches the one below. Dual sinks, a soaking tub, and a separate walk-in shower. Another fully built-out closet with real cabinetry and dedicated storage. 2 suites, 2 full bathrooms, 2 finished closets on 2 different floors. Down the hall is the 3rd and 4th bedrooms. The 3rd bedroom is finished at the same level as the rest of the house. Crown molding, applied wall paneling, a ceiling fan, plantation shutters, and a built-out closet. Secondary bedrooms in this price band usually get flat walls, a builder light, and a wire rod. Not the case here. The 4th bedroom is the most creative room in the house, and one of the more unusual ceiling fans I've come across, and another built-out closet. 4 bedrooms in this home, 4 finished closets. That's not something I get to say often. The 3rd full bathroom serves both secondary bedrooms, dual sinks, and a tub shower combination, which means 2 people get ready at the same time without a line at the door. Laundry is upstairs where the clothes actually are. Upgraded sink and full cabinetry for supplies. Most laundry rooms in this price point give you hookups, a shelf, and nothing else. A sink means the mess stays out of your bathrooms, and the cabinetry means the supplies aren't sitting on top of the dryer. Real quick, if you want the address, the full details, or want to see this home in person, comment private tour below and I'll personally reach out, or call or text me at 949-550-2307. Now the backyard feels like Hawaii. There's nothing behind this lot. The yard backs to the hillside, so there's no second story window looking down into the evening. The depth is what surprises people because this isn't a patio slab with a strip of turf behind it, flagstone pavers, a full pergola, custom built fireplace, and mature planting on every side. It's quiet out here, and that's not something I can put in a listing description, but it's the thing you'll notice about 30 seconds after you step outside. A yard like this took years and real money to build. You're inheriting a finished outdoor space instead of a blank lot and a contractor bid. Then there's everything outside the property line. In Rancho Mission Viejo, the amenities aren't village specific, they're community wide. Whether you're in Esencia, Sendero, or Rienda, you have access to all of it. Multiple resort-style pools, fitness centers, tennis courts, pickleball courts, a putting green, a coffee shop, fire pits, even an arcade. All of that comes with your HOA dues. 5 minutes from the front door is Los Patrons Business Park with Frisbee Brewing, plus dining and everyday services. About 10 minutes out is Sendero Marketplace with Gelson's In-N-Out Burger and the Archuletta team office. That combination is what makes Esencia one of the most amenity-rich villages in South Orange County. At the start of this tour, I told you there's one thing in a Rancho Mission Viejo home you cannot fix later. Here's the close on that. Every buyer who walks through this house can picture changing something. Repaint the great room, swap the hardware, pull a light fixture down. That's a weekend and a card swipe, and none of it changes what the house actually is. What no buyer can do is move the primary suite downstairs in a home that wasn't built that way. That's walls, plumbing, permits, and a stairwell sitting exactly where the room would have to go. Nobody renovates their way into that. They wait or they settle. And the settling doesn't cost you the day you move in, it costs you the day you sell. Because when you own a 4-bedroom and RMV with the primary upstairs, every buyer who wants the ground floor scrolls past without stopping. You never see them, you just watch the days pile up and wonder why. This home doesn't have that problem. The primary suite is on the main floor with a full bathroom and a built-out closet. There's a secondary suite upstairs with its own bathroom and its own closet. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, own solar, a hillside behind you instead of a window, and a backyard somebody already finished. The finishes in here are excellent, but the finishes were never the argument. This home already did the one thing you cannot fix later, and it did it twice. If this could be your next home in Rancho Mission Viejo, or you're looking for a similar home, comment private tour below and I'll personally reach out, or call or text me at 949-550-2307. If you're thinking about selling your home in Rancho Mission Viejo, an online estimate is not a strategy. The first 2 weeks on market decide your final sales price. Tap the link below to set up a home selling game plan strategy meeting with me. I'm Dave Archuletta with the Archuletta team, #1 realtor and team in Rancho Mission Viejo. Subscribe for weekly Rancho Mission Viejo home tours and monthly RMV market updates. See you around the neighborhood.